But Knives manages to get through on the outside, coming around. Got another Rat City skater going to the box now. Nice quick call off by Riptide. 0-0 on that jam.
Got Rockzilla on the line for Rat City.
And it looks like Bully Elliott on the line for Supernovas. Oh, no. Referees decided we needed to take a beat there. Take the time to announce our officials for this game, our NSOs here. Head NSO, Sujo. Also the penalty lineup tracker. Our other penalty lineup tracker is Moof, Jam Timers, Kiss Off, Scorekeeper, Margie Ram, Scorekeeper, Fickle Bitch, Scoreboard Op, Danger Muffin, Penalty Box Manager, Whamdolph. Jam is off and running here. We'll finish chatting about, yeah, look at that. Rat City out quickly for lead again. That's Rockzilla one more time. Bully Elliott still tied up with those Rat City blockers up the front of the pack, but pushing through now. Only one more to beat the pivot. Nope, two more. Some nice bridging there by Rat City. Out of play is called. They got to let her go. We got Ridiculous out there for Rat City again. And number 79, Supernovas, Detroit Demon again. Demon's going to go up the inside line. Nice piece of offensive blocking there. Lead jammer, Supernovas, but Ridiculous is right behind him. Both packs set up here right on the pivot line. Quick call off. Did they get it? Yes, they did. 2 points. Strong work by Supernovas there. Supernovas jammer number 318, the Animal. 729, Made in China for Rat City. Full packs on the track for both teams. Pretty heavy blocking here. Got whistles going. Lead jammer is given to Rat City. Looks like they got out and then were recycled, but now out and free on the scoring pass. Supernovas jammer is going to take a seat for 30 seconds. Rat City's out for another 4 points. Made in China. Skating laps here. NML back out of the penalty box. Going to try to even things out here a little bit. A little bit of a pile up in the front of the pack with the Supernovas blockers.
Got a cut track call on the Supernova jammer.
NML going back to the box again. This will be the second trip for her this jam. It's tough going to the box tough going to the box anytime, but going to the box more than once in a jam can be a little tough mentally. Made in China steps through the inside line there, turn 3, calls the jam. We're gonna have a power jam start for Rat City now. Riptide back on the line for Rat City. I'll finish going through that list of officials here. Where did I leave off? Penalty box manager, Whamdolph. Box timers, Hannibal Lecter and Stingray. Alt NSO is Carl of Cthulhu, and Stats is Bionic Envy. Thanks to all of them for being here. making sure that roller derby can happen. Riptide up the inside line, shucks a block on the corner and out for lead. NML back out of the penalty box now. See if she can get her initial pass done. Nice move to get free. NML is out. Riptide still stuck in the pack, but on a scoring pass now. Out for 4 points and a call off. Our skating officials for this game: head referee Peter Dragon, inside pack ref Damon Mistress, jammer referees Whiskey Smash, Saren Gasp, outside pack referees Troublemaker, Sushi, and Gypsy. Thanks to all of them. Got Knives out there for Supernovas again, and Ridiculous. It's a great name for Rat City. Ridiculous has lead, is now in the pack and scoring. Gets knocked to the infield, being recycled, but I think had picked up a few points before that happened. The 928 is going to lead Ridiculous up there to the rest of her blockers. See if they can't put a stop to this scoring run from Rat City. But Knives recycled there, up on the 1-2 apex, runs into her own teammate on the outside. A little bit of a pile up, but back up and skating. Now working against the Rat City blockers up in the front there. Ridiculous back through once again for another 4 points. There's some really, really good blocking going on here. A little nice offensive block by number 89. Try to help her jammer get out. But the referees didn't like something. Off to the box we go. Oh,
That was a hard fall.
big block there for on your knees from Rat City. Putting Knives to the infield. Jam's called. 12 points. Rat City. Bully Elliott and Rockzilla on the line. One blocker in the box for Supernovas. Full pack for Rat City. Rockzilla tries to make a little toe-stop move down the outside line, but didn't quite get it. Supernovas blockers, number 42. That's Oxytocin. Knocked her to the outside. Rockzilla's out now. Lead jammer, Rat City. Bully Elliott still working with those Rat City blockers. Knocked out of bounds. Attempting the star pass there, but you can't pass the start of your pivot if you're out of bounds, so got to get back on the track. A little bit of offensive blocking there from number 89, Hot Toady. Oh, no. Rockzilla called for cutting the track. Heading to the box. Another Rat City blocker will be joining her in the box as well. This is going to give Supernovas a chance to see if they can't even this out a little bit. Bully Elliott trying to go up the outside there, knocked out of bounds, recycled. And that's Tony in there again, trying to do some offensive blocking, help out her teammate. Bully's on the knocked to the infield again, recycled. Once again, this Rat City wall is just soul crushing. All four blockers now on the track for Rat City, making that even harder for Bully. Rockzilla back out from the penalty box as well. trying to draw the cut on Roxilla, but gets back in time. It's number 72, Mallrat. Nice block up there. Another big jam for Rat City. Detroit Demon for the Supernovas, and Made in China for Rat City. Really nice work there by Made in China, just running straight up through her own pack. Her pivot just moved out of her way to let her go through. She did get caught up with, I think it was Hot Toady again up there in the front. No, that's number 26, Aphrodite. Nice little block there, but Made in China was still able to get out, get lead, and now back around scoring some points for Rat City. Demon recycled again for Supernovas. Still trying to break through on the initial pass. Star pass off to the pivot now. The referees are indicating it's number 928, I believe. Yeah, it's 928, Bacon Stripper. That's a cool name. Made in China being recycled by Demon, the former jammer. Bacon Stripper up here with all these Rat City blockers trying to get through that pack.
That is not a fun time.
Yo. So, as I said before, the look on the face of a pivot who's just been handed the jammer panty, it's just, it's either glee or terror, or a little bit of a mix of both. Jam called on time. It's like we did have a late penalty call there, number 81 from Rat City, heading down to the penalty box to sit for 30 seconds. It's on your knees. I didn't see the call from the referees, but
It was a forearm.
thank you. Riptide on the track for Rat City. And Animal for Supernovas. Both jammers in the pack now. Animal on the inside. Round for lead jammer. Supernovas. Be a good thing. Try to get a few points on the board here. Try to even things out a bit. Nice little juke. 4 points. That's some good skating right there. Nice. Animal around again for another 4 points. That's 8 for Supernovas so far in this jam. Rat City Jammer still tied up in the pack. Riptide going against for 421 there. Scarlet Bronte. That's a fantastic derby name. Riptide back around here again, taking a big hit. Let's see if she can get by Scarlet again. Yes. Got Hot Toady back there again, trying to help out, break up that Rat City wall. Animal back in from the penalty box, immediately met with resistance from those Rat City blockers. Getting a little bit of help on the outside from their teammate number 89. That's Hot Toady again.
Nice
No.
jump.
That's some great work by the Supernovas there to put some points on the board. Some great blocking. Every jammer in roller derby will sing the praises of a good offensive blocker, someone to have their back.
Timeout called by Supernovas.
Gonna take a quick break over there and regroup, figure out what to do. 16-8 on that last jam. Talk a little bit about roller derby happenings here in Salt Lake City coming up. Uinta Madness will be having their season closer on November 18th. First whistles at 6 p.m. It's the skate mare before Christmas. The charity bout benefiting the Road Home Family Shelter will be donating our proceeds and collecting non-perishable food items at the door. Please come down, bring some non-perishable food items. There's lots of folks out there that need help, and also BSR's season closer, December 9th. Be hosting some players from Colorado. Keep up to date on all the events by following the Beehive Skate Revolution on whichever social media platform you choose. All right, looks like we're back ready to go again here.
Starting this jam with one Rat City skater in the box.
Knives and Ridiculous on the line together. Knives going to take advantage of that little hole on the outside there, engaged up with the Rat City blockers up front, getting some help from her teammates as well. It's number 29 up there trying to disrupt things, get Knives out. Nice little bridge out there by Rat City. Got the one more blocker coming in from the penalty box. Knives is through, and that's lead jammer. She stayed in bounds. Number 104 is out of play, going to the penalty box. Been a star pass for Seattle, number 323. That's Feline Fatale. Well, looks like Knives is going to the box. Saren Gasp says back block. We will go the full 2-minute jam here. Wow.
Nice backwards skating point collection.
Yeah, I mean, all you got to do is get them hips by. Try the same move on the inside, but the Supernovas were ready for it that time. Got all four Supernovas blockers up there ahead of Feline Fatale. A lot of work. Push four people. Recycled on the outside now. That's Hieronymus Bash. Took her back there, but she managed to sneak around the outside. 4 more points for Rat City. Knives back out on the track now. Engaged with the Rat City blockers up the front of the pack. Looking for a little bit of help from 928 there. Did manage to sneak 2 points in there at the end. 20-87 our score. About just under 10 minutes left in the first half. Rat City coaching staff asking for some points verification there. On the track for us now, number 8, Rat City. That's Roxzilla again, and she is out for lead jammer. It's 5-6 or Bully Elliott out there for the Supernovas, but Fakes the star pass. We'll put that helmet cover back on. See if we get some points, but Roxzilla's going to call it off, shutting that down. Looks like the score table is going to be calling for a timeout here. A lot going on. They need a little time to collect themselves. If you haven't already, please visit Under the Umbrella. Under the Umbrella is a queer little bookstore on Ute, Ghost Ute, Shoshone, and Paiute land here in Salt Lake City. Sharing and celebrating queer books written by queer authors and offering a safe, sober, and accessible space for two SLGBTQIA+ people to gather. They're over there next to the Hell's Gate table. Stop over and say hello.
If I'm not mistaken, I have not seen a dance break during any of these timeouts.
I have not seen a dance break yet this weekend. I think that maybe they're jet lagged. No, it's only an hour difference, right? Maybe I'm not playing the right music. All right, that's Made in China jamming for Rat City. Who do we have for 79? That's Demon again. Detroit Demon, number 79. Both jammers out now. Made in China's got lead. Demon's right. Just about 20. Oh, there we go. We're going to get that quick call off, get a couple of points. Jammer F. Whiskey says 3 points.
Kilmore Girls jamming for Supernovas.
And Riptide jamming for Rat City. Riptide has the lead now on their first scoring pass. Sneaks by, not quite, yep. On the outside there. Did Riptide get the call off quick enough? Not quite. 1 point for Supernovas. Number 8, Rockzilla on the track. And Bully Elliott from Supernovas.
Oh, and Rat City's jammer gets out nice and quick.
A little bit of a pile up there in turn 1, but everybody's back up on their skates.
Oh, a nice sweep around the outside of the pack.
Bully Elliott out now. Is Rockzilla going to keep it going? No. It is a power jam. Rockzilla going to the box for a forearm called by the outside pack ref. Sushi got that relayed into the jam ref in time. Bully Elliott out now. 4 points on the board for Supernovas. Pack stopped at turn 2. Little offensive charge from Supernovas blockers, and then they back off. Let Bully go to work, and they do. 2 blockers left to beat. The out-of-play call goes. 4 points go up in the air for Bully. Hieronymus Bash going to the penalty box for Supernovas for a quick sit down. Oh, Bully Elliott managed just to stay in bounds on one skate on the toe stop there. Coming around, 4 more points. Rockzilla's back on the track now, scoring as well.
Oh, and threw the pack in a heartbeat.
Nice little toe stop dance along the line there. Bully Elliott back in the pack now. No pack is called. Pack's back together. Here we go. Number 104, Rat City, Scarlet Fever going to the penalty box. I believe that was an out-of-play penalty. Both jammers pretty close to one another out there in the open field. Jam will end. Did we get one? No. No points on that last pass. 16-12 on that jam. Nice job by Bully Elliott to get 16 points for her team.
Ridiculous on the line for Rat City. And 79 Detroit Demon for the Supernovas.
Ridiculous pushing that tripod to force him to bridge back here. Out of play is called. Lead jammer is given. It's Ridiculous with lead. Detroit Demon gets knocked way out of bounds up there in turn 1. Back on the track now, trying to get through that Rat City wall. Being recycled again by number 5, Edelweiss.
Ridiculous breaks out of the front for 4 more points.
It's like Demon managed to stay in bounds. Now out on first scoring pass. Ridiculous gets the call-off instruction from the bench to stop Supernovas from scoring. Made in China on the track for Rat City, and we have a new jammer for Supernovas we haven't seen before. Number 555, Kilmore Girls. One blocker in the box for Rat City, full pack for Supernovas. Made in China working in front of the pack there. Got to get by hot. One to beat. Through and lead. That's Kilmore Girls recycled to the back of the pack. Pushed out of bounds on turn 1, but it looked like a forearm. Yep, it was. Kilmore Girls out to the outside, recycled again by number 47, Malice.
Kilmore Girls just can't seem to get through this pack that keeps getting recycled.
The lines are lava. Oh. That is a really big hit from Edelweiss there. Gonna recycle Kilmore Girls again as Made in China comes through for another scoring pass. Oh, Kilmore Girls is out finally and on a scoring pass, but Made in China is going to call that jam.
No scoring.
Join us here on December 2nd for Wasatch Junior Rollers season closer. Who's versus the Grinches. Play that game every year. They're also hosting a bingo night on January 13th. Fundraiser, hang out, have dinner with us. Prizes include a night at the museum, zoo passes, margarita baskets, and movie nights, and so much more.
Wish I was in town for that one.
Looks like we have a review going on here for Rat City. See if we can get a word on what's going on. Fighting Girlfriend tells us that they are just simply using their review as a timeout. Again, it's that's some smart coaching there. So you only get 3 timeouts for the whole game. You get a review each period. You can use that review as a timeout if you want to, so that you don't burn one of your 3 timeouts. Good clock management there.
Got Bully Elliott and Riptide.
Yep, Riptide.
Facing off for this jam.
Riptide's got a couple blockers to beat. Swarming up, knocked to the infield by number 72. I think 72's foot went out also. That's Mallrat. Bully Elliott out for lead jammer. Riptide facing off with number 4 now. Sharakuda. They go out of play. Gotta let her go.
Two different blockers headed to the box.
Really nice work there by Sharakuda to knock Riptide out. Bacon Stripper tries. She manages to get by on the inside line. Bully Elliott still stuck behind this. There it is.
Ooh, good offense.
Nice piece of offense there by Bacon Stripper to get Bully Elliott out. Riptide back around for another scoring pass also. These Rat City blockers are just so tough. Outside pack ref signals into the jam ref. The jammer's calling it off. Bully Elliott shuts that down. Yeah, 7-12 jam. Advantage Rat City.
Time.
And look at that. We've managed to go through 30 minutes of roller derby. So go visit Disco Bliss over at Hell's Gate table. Go visit the folks over at the Under the Umbrella table. Go outside, get some air, get some sunshine. It's a beautiful day out there. We will be back for the second half in about 15 minutes. We get all of our officials back in their places. We'll get. Margie, they say that you say they need paper towels on the bench. They get it.
They did get it? No, I don't think they did. They said they asked me, and I'm like,
All right. 5 seconds call has gone up. Time to start the second half.
Rat City got lead.
Number 8, Rockzilla with lead jammer. But Detroit Demon out now. Are they going to get it? That's close. Let's see what the jam refs say. It's like 4 points to Rat City. I think Demon almost got one there at the end. Just didn't quite get the hips past. That's the Animal and Made in China on the line. Full packs for both teams still. Made in China going to be out first. Lead jammer Rat City, but Animal's right out behind her on the way around. Pack set up in the 1-2 apex. They're both through. I think they both got points there. 0 for Rat City, but Animal managed to sneak in for 3. Some nice work there. Exactly 100 points separate these teams. As I said in the previous game, nothing's impossible.
Got Knives jamming for Supernova.
And Riptide for Rat City. Riptide's out first, lead jammer. Knives still stuck in the pack, getting a little bit of help from her friends there. We're running out the front. Out of play call goes, and Knives is out as well. These last 2 jams had both jammers pretty close to each other. Really tight scoring.
Ooh, and Riptide is able to sneak around the outside.
Knives getting followed around in the pack a little bit here. 2 Rat City blockers left. Oh, it's going to be number 30, Miss Defiant. Number 323, Feline Fatale. Miss Defiant's been playing roller derby for a very long time. There's a lot of knowledge, a lot of talent on that track. Riptide meandering through on the outside there. Knives still hung up with Miss Defiant. Knives is going to try to push that Rat City pack out. Loses her footing. Back up now, out of play call. Supernovas move up, still keeping Riptide behind them. A little bit of a pile up.
But everyone's up.
All right, looks like we called that one out of an abundance of caution. Make sure that all the skaters that went down in that pileup are okay. Looks like everybody's back up on their skates and back to their bench, so good to go on that one. Got Bully Elliott and Ridiculous on the line for us now. again, full packs on both sides. Give the penalty box officials a little bit of a break in the second half, maybe. Like both jammers right next to each other trying to get through this super tight pack. Spreading out a little bit on the corners here, but they are really struggling with these blockers. Looks like penalty call up the front by outside pack ref Gypsy. Ridiculous gets released for lead jammer. No pack is called. Pack's back together now. Bully Elliott out of the pack. Try to tack on some points here. Ridiculous gonna shut it down. Number 79, Detroit Demon on the track for Supernovas. Rockzilla for Rat City. Got a blocker each in the box. Even packs, a little bit light. Rockzilla gets knocked to the inside. Getting recycled now a little bit, maybe a little bit too far back. Scarlett's going to try to lead. Rockzilla makes a nice little move on the inside line, out for lead jammer. But Demon is right out now too. Pack set up in turn one. Rockzilla tries to go inside, doesn't make it. Let's see what Saren says. Yep, 0-0 both teams. Nice work by the blockers in that jam. Like we're pretty close to the final score of the Angel City, Rose City, Axles of Annihilation game up in Portland. Probably last jam happening here in just a second. But here on our track, we have Made in China jamming for Rat City at number 318. Animal for Supernovas. Lead jammer goes to Rat City. But Animal is out now too. Made in China looking for a little help from Miss Defiant as she comes back from the penalty box. Got the call off. Did Animal get in there in time? No. 3 points. Made in China, 0 for Supernovas. Get Riptide and Knives on the line here. One Rat City blocker, the pivot in the box. Full pack for Supernovas. Riptide's going to try to push through on the outside. No. Sent back. Almost recycled. Looks like we may have a call coming from the inside pack. Yep. OPR called the cut on Riptide. She'll go to the box. That means Knives out for lead jammer and now in on her first scoring pass. Being recycled, however. There we go. Nice little move to the inside. Got a nice offensive block from pivot there. Out for 4 points. Take advantage of the power jam here with Rat City's jammer in the box. Knives back now in the pack. Riptide's back out of the box. Supernova's blockers waiting for him. Both jammers now tied up with that pack up in the turn one apex. Ooh, Riptide goes against number 4 from Supernovas. That's Sharakuda. Big hit to the outside. Recycled back quite a bit. Knives driving forward, trying to push that Rat City wall away. Takes a spill at the end of the jam. We're going to take a minute to regain her composure. It's like we got coach for Rat City out on the track talking with the jam timer. Which may indicate a timeout coming. We shall see. And there it is. Timeout, Rat City. Take a little bit of a break here. 59 to 166 our score. Holding pretty close to this, 100 point margin here. This also gives our officials time to make sure they have all their numbers correct and all their paperwork filled out right. Catch up on the things that happened 3 jams ago that they... Yeah, talk about what we're having for dinner. All right. End of the timeout now. Let's get back to it. Bully Elliott and Ridiculous on the track here. It's Jammers. Bully Elliott bowling over Rat City blockers, out for lead jammer. Ridiculous still tied up with the Supernova blockers there, but now cuts to the outside and out on her scoring trip. Bully Elliott back in the pack. One more to pass for all four. Looking to the bench for instructions. Coach says run it. Ridiculous down on the outside just before turn 3. Bully Elliott once again. 1-2 Rat City blockers. And Bully Elliott out again. Bully looking for a little bit of help from her teammate there. That's Hieronymus Bash holding that bridge together. Bully tied up with all 4 Rat City blockers now. That wall is tight. They're not letting any room. Bully's going to keep pushing, keep fighting. Both teams bridged now. One bridge to the back on the drawback, one bridged up front. Bully Elliott says, nope, I'm done with this. Calls it off. It's like 11-3 on that jam. Advantage. Supernovas, 70 to 169. Like I said, still keeping that 100-point margin. Couple more jams like that, and it'll be a little bit smaller. That's Detroit Demon on the line for Supernovas. Now working away at the back of the pack, trying to get through those Rat City blockers. Rat City is out with lead for Rockzilla. Now on a scoring pass. Power jam, Supernovas, Rockzilla going to the box for a forearm, as our outside pack ref Gypsy says. Demon up the inside. Now out on her first scoring pass. Only 2 Rat City blockers on the track right now. This may make things a little bit easier for Demon to get through. Got about a minute 10 to work this. No pack is called. They have to let her go, but no.
With only 2 blockers out there, they were doing a really good job of keeping that jammer back.
Absolutely. It's really tight blocking by number 5, Edelweiss, who's unfortunately going to have to go sit down for 30 seconds. Think about what she's done. Roxzilla now back on the track, out and scoring. Saren Gasp says, you can't call. Getting calls from the bench here to call off the jam. Unfortunately, there is no lead jammer. Roxzilla had lead, but went to the penalty box, so we are going to run the full 2 minutes here, much to Supernova's coach's dismay. Jam will end on time. Seven to 12 on that jam. Advantage Rat City. I know that feel, though, having been a coach myself, and you just want it to end, and then you realize that you just can't stop it. It's very frustrating. Made in China for Rat City.
Supernovas get lead jammer.
That's Annie Mel. Made in China is about 30 feet back, coming fast. Oh, no. Does that mean lead jammer is open? Annie Mel going to the penalty box for a forearm called by the outside pack ref. Yes, so lead goes to Rat City. So says the pointed finger of Saren Gasp. Made in China now out and through, going around the outside of the Supernovas pack. 4 points on the board. One-on-one up front now. Annie Mel's back on the track, back on a scoring trip. We're going to have, is Maiden going to call it off? Yes, but not fast enough, I don't think. 1 point. Saren Gasp says 1 point. Whiskey says 1 point. Riptide and Knives on the line. Full packs on the track. Knives dips underneath the arms of her teammates. A little bit of help up there from number 421, trying to break her loose. That's Scarlett Bronte. Both jammers still fighting away. Hanging out in the turn 1 corner here. Riptide's going to try to make a run for it. Sharakuda says no. Knives is out. Lead jammer, Supernovas.
That was a tough fight.
Sharakuda still holding back Riptide. Nice bridge out. But out of play was called. Riptide is now out and scoring. Gets a signal from the bench to call it off. Knives will shut that down. 3 points, says Jammer F. Whiskey. Bully Elliott now on the line for Supernovas, and Ridiculous for Rat City.
And Supernovas are starting this jam with 2 blockers in the box. That's no fun.
Ridiculous spins around the Supernovas blockers, out for lead. Rat City blocker going to the box now. Bully Elliott out of the pack, coming around on a scoring pass. Ridiculous, still hung up with those nice little move to the inside. Spins around, 4 points, Rat City. Bully Elliott also out through the pack. 4 more points, we're even now.
Ridiculous gets in on the inside for another quick set of 4.
Quick set of 4 and a call off to shut that down. 12 minutes left in our second period here. Love you, Ray. Being heckled from the audience here. Still heckling KT. So I've got a timeout on the track here. Team timeout for Supernovas. Gonna get together and talk about things, try to make a plan here. Coming up at 4:30, we will have these same 2 sets of uniforms out on the track, but the A-team versions of them, the Supernovas A-team and Rat City A-team as well.
Timeout's over. More derby time.
All right. Rockzilla for Rat City. Detroit Demon for Supernovas. Rockzilla out first quickly for Lead Jammer. Demon still fighting away in the pack there. Takes a pretty big hit there from 513, but out. Able to escape.
Nice hit.
Rockzilla's going to call it off to stop the scoring. Two-zero jam, Rat City. Annie Mel and Made in China on the line. Annie Mel recycled there by number 47 from Rat City. That's Malice. Miss Defiant holding that pack together in the front. Annie Mel is just pushing all 3 of them with all of her might. Made in China out for Lead Jammer and now coming up on a first scoring pass. Annie Mel still hung up on Rat City Jammers, but out now. Opportunity to score. But Made in China is going to call that off. About 10 minutes left, folks. Knives on the line for Supernovas and Riptide for Rat City. Riptide gets recycled on the infield there. Something going on out there. Referees blew the jam dead. see if we can figure out what happened there. All right, not sure what we had going on there, but the officials deemed it necessary to put a stop to that jam. We're going to start a new one now. Knives and Riptide on the line again. A little bit of confusion on the track here. It's like Riptide was out of the pack, but not the jammer. It's like Knives is in the box. Rat City Blocker's going to slow that pack down. Try to let Riptide go to work up front against those Supernova blockers. Little combined block there from Sharakuda and Mallrat. Mallrat's going to go to the penalty box for troubles though. Riptide now back in.
Nice hit by Rat City. Knives went flying.
Well, that's terrifying. Flying knives. About 20 seconds left in this jam. See if Knives can put a few points on the board for her team. Riptide now locked up with the Supernova blockers at the back. Sharakuda there. Ooh. Riptide goes down hard to the infield. Jam's going to end on time. The Supernovas coaches heading out on the track. And we have an OTO. Ridiculous for Rat City. Bully Elliott for Supernovas. Waiting to see what our officials are talking about. Peter Dragon having a chat with the score table over here. Just getting a few things sorted out. Getting a little clarity on what's happening here. They had the jam that wasn't a couple of jams back, and that's got our jam count on officiating paperwork versus what's on the scoreboard a little bit out of line, but they're getting that fixed now. Thanks once again to all our awesome officials volunteering their time out here to do this.
Okay, we've got Ridiculous and Bully Elliott facing off on the jammer line.
Facing full packs from both teams again. Empty penalty box. Bully Elliott trying to take that outside line, pushing 3 Rat City blockers by herself right now. And Bully Elliott out for lead jammer. Ridiculous still stuck in the pack there. Getting some strong blocking from the Supernovas. Miss Defiant in the mix in the back there, trying to help her out, get her out of that pack. Star pass off to the pivot. It's number 81 for Rat City. Upon your knees. Now in on a scoring trip as well. Bully Elliott up the front of the pack. One more blocker to beat and does. 4 more points. Supernovas.
Nice job.
Getting a signal from the bench to keep it going. Bully's going to go back around again. Upon your knees still stuck in the pack here, being recycled currently. But now Bully Elliott being taken back by Miss Defiant. Oh,
Well, that was a hard spill.
yep. A little bit of a friendly fire pile up. Nice little spin move by Bully Elliott. Get through and get that last 4 points and call off the jam. Fancy feet there. And that'll put the Supernovas over that 100-point mark. Rat City at 222. Detroit Demon and Rockzilla on the line. Rat City's down 1 blocker. Rockzilla on the outside, almost untouched. Lead jammer, Rat City. Demon gets recycled. It's back on the track in the fight again. Rockzilla meeting some heavy resistance, getting a little bit of blocking from Demon, the jammer, as well. Rockzilla fighting her way through the pack up the front. 2 Supernovas to beat, make that 1, and we're around 4 more points. Rat City. Big spill up in turn 1. Distinctive sound of knee pads hitting concrete. Ugh. Rockzilla skating a little bit slow on the bottom of the track here.
Rat City's got a real solid wall happening up there.
Rockzilla through again, 4 more points.
Ooh, and we have a star pass happened. The Supernovas.
It's number 72, Mall Rat. And we're going to get the jam called there. 15-point jam for Rat City Roller Derby. About 4.5 minutes left in this game. Animal and Made in China on the line for us. Back to full packs. Oh, Made in China found just the tiniest bit of space on the inside line and tiptoed down it for lead jammer. Animal still working those jammer. Almost 1 to beat, and we're out. Out of play is called in the front. Animal is out and scoring. Made in China looking for the jam ref. Call that off. Got 1 point. Gilmore girls on the jammer line now for Supernovas, along with Riptide for Rat City. Little friendly banter going on in the start line there. Kilmore almost had an open lane on the outside there, but it's quickly closed off by Rat City blockers. Riptide sneaks through that turn 1 apex. Lead jammer Rat City. Big hit from Edelweiss there. And another one from Canna-Whoopsass. Kilmore is stuck to the infield, now faced with a wall of white in the back. Teammate Scarlett Bronte back there trying to give her some assistance. See if we can break her out, get some point. Meanwhile, Riptide coming around for another scoring pass. Supernovas are ready. Just can't manage to stop her. Riptide around again for 4 more points. It looks like Rat City is happy to just let Riptide work here. Probably run the jam, run that clock down. Again, talking about things like clock management, and even though the score is what it is, the coaches still have to be smart about how they instruct their players. And so far, I have seen some pretty good coaching from these folks here today. Riptide now through. Again, that'll make a 20-point jam for Riptide. Under 1 minute to go on the clock now. Ridiculous lined up for Rat City. Let's see who Supernovas are going to send out. Or nope, is the Supernovas? Yep, Supernovas jammers in the box. That is unfortunate.
Ridiculous gets to start with a power jam.
It's Oxytocin wearing the star for Supernovas, hanging out in the penalty box over there. Ridiculous trying to push that purple tripod forward. Not making much headway, though. Whistles going at the back. Direction penalty. Number 104. Scarlet Fever. Now, penalty call comes from the outside pack ref. Ridiculous is released. Lead jammer, and now on the scoring trip. Oxytocin is back on the track, trying desperately to get through that wall of white. Got her pivot there, trying to help her out, maybe take that star pass, and they do, but that's number 928. It's Bacon Stripper. She fell and got tied up behind that wall of white again. That is going to be the jam, and likely the game. We'll wait until the score goes official. If things stand the way they are on the scoreboard right now, 100 California Derby Galaxy Supernovas B Team, 262 Rat City Roller Derby Reign of Terror. And that is our final score. Let's give a hand for both these teams.
Good job, everyone.
As I said before, next game starts at 4:30. We will see you back here in a little bit under an hour.